Hey guys, how are you all doing? Good, I hope. I'm doing great. Luna's doing great. Today I want to continue with the spooky story time. Stories. What today's video is going to be about is this place called the 9 Mile Bridge. Anyway, like 5, 6, 7 years ago, something like that, me and one friend in particular used to just be all about ghost anything. Like, he was super into it. His favorite show was the Ghost Adventures, I think is what it's called. He used to come over and we'd watch marathons, and then he would never stay the night, and so then I'd be alone all night freaking out. Me, him, and other friends just used to go out all the time to like abandoned houses at like 3 a.m. and just get super spooked out. And I mean, at one point we were going to cemeteries and stuff, and he even got like one of those recorders that picks up like EVT recorders. I don't know what they're called. He even started like a little paranormal investigation Facebook page for us because we were all about that. It never went anywhere, but still, that just kind of shows you how into it that he was. And he was the guy that was always looking up places to go that were apparently really haunted. One of them, one night, he's like, tonight, let's go to this place called 9 Mile Bridge. Apparently it's super haunted, and it's called the 9 Mile Bridge because if you park on it, you turn the keys off, and then when you try to restart it, it won't start, and you gotta push your car 9 miles before it will start again. That was what I knew of when I was like, yeah, let's go, let's do this. And anywho, me, my buddy Julian, and our buddy Jimmy, the three of us took off. It was like an hour and a half away from where we live. Finally get to the place. We get to this church. There's a cemetery behind it. I'm already creeped out. It's like 2 in the morning. I remember it being July. And the reason I will always remember it being July, I will get to in a second. Anywho, we get there, we're all like, oh man, the three of us are like already spooked out. I mean, there's this like ratty ass church, there's a cemetery behind it, we're out in the woods, we're off the side of a gravel road, like, well, let's do it. I mean, let's just do it. And we get out. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just this little shitty gravel road that goes down. Trees, country area all around it. Cemetery behind these trees. We're just walking downwards towards this bridge. We probably got 20 feet and we're like getting real spooked out, and it's getting really cold. Cold to a point where we can see our breath. And we're like shivering kind of. It's July, so we didn't bring sweaters or coats or anything. Here in Missouri in July, it's like 90 plus degrees all the time. I will say there's like water down in that area, so that makes up for a little bit of it. If you ever get around water, it tends to get cooler. Not this cool, not this damn cold, I don't think. And anyway, so we're getting creeped because it's like, dude, it's getting so cold. This is weird. Like, it's just the three of us. We're walking, and all of a sudden we hear this noise that sounds like a baby out in the woods. And we're like, what the fuck? And immediately start running back towards the car. We weren't even halfway to seeing the bridge yet. Like I said, we're probably 35, 40 feet into the walk. No, we're probably like 50, 60, 75 feet into the walk. But yeah, regardless, we hear this, I'm not joking, sounds like a freaking baby out in the woods. And we just take off sprinting back to the car. We jump in the car, we lock the doors, we're sitting there, we're like, oh my god, you heard it, right? Like, what the fuck? Like, holy shit. I'm just like, I'm pumping, right? Like, I mean, am I hearing things that really epic? It's so cold, right? Like, what the fuck? The three of us were going crazy. After we kind of settled down a little bit, we're like, wait, we drove almost an hour and a half to get here. Like, this is the whole reason we made the trip. Like, we need to go back. We need to say screw it and do it. Like, we gotta go down there. So we're like, okay. We calm down. We get out of the car. We're looking at each other like, yeah, let's get ready to do this. Like, for real this time. I happen to look into the woods, and I happen to see these two glowing reddish, look like eyes staring at you from the woods. But I'm like, do you all see that? And the two of them look, and they're like, yeah, what the fuck is that? I don't know. I mean, it could be headlights. Like, there could be a car far off in the distance and it's just coming through the woods. Like, I don't know. We're just like right there about to say fuck it and start walking. And all of a sudden, those lights were just like, I'm not joking. And we were like, oh my God, get in the car! And we like jumped back in the car and this time didn't even talk about it. Julian started the car up, put it in reverse, and we took off and went home and talked about it the whole way home, but we weren't going to talk about it where we were currently at. It was so damn scary. And we didn't even, like I said, we never even made it to the damn bridge. Like the first time we start walking, we hear this noise that sounds like a damn baby is out in the woods. We run back to the car, we talk ourselves into doing it again, and then we see like red eyeball looking things in the woods, think they're headlights possibly, and then they swirl off from each other. No deal. Not happening that night. And so yeah, we went all the way back home. Started looking it up online because before we went, I didn't even look into it. My buddy Julian was just like, this is supposed to be haunted. It's called the 9 Mile Bridge. Let's go. And that was all I knew. So now I was like interested. So I looked it up. Come to find out, there's kind of a lot creepier than I thought it was going to be before we left. And this is what I found out. Supposedly, a long time ago, African American women were hung and slave children were drowned in the creek. Sit on the ledge of the bridge, take your shoes off, and dangle your feet above the creek. You can feel weird tingly feelings on your feet. And it says you can see peculiar lights like sets of eyes that blink every now and then under the bridge, in the trees. Also, if you go out on a dark night when there has been no running water in forever, stop your car on the bridge and roll down your windows. You can hear what sounds like water running in the creek, but also strangely footsteps in the weeds and leaves. If you stay and hang out for a while, like an hour or more, when you come back to your car, there are what appears to be a foot and handprints on your hood and windshield. And this also says there's also the ghost of a woman seen walking on the bridge at night. But yeah, that's pretty much all that one says. Let me see if I can find another one. Alright, so here's a little story I just read. It kind of creeped me out. I'm feeling tingly all over. Our last stop for the night was the 9 Mile Bridge and church. After sitting on the bridge for a few minutes with absolutely no lights, my eyes had adjusted to the dark. I kept seeing something darting around in my rear view mirror, but ignored it, hoping my eyes were playing tricks on me. After a few minutes of seeing the darting object, it drew near to the side of my car and seemed to be walking quite fast. I quickly turned the lights in the car on and hit the gas. Strangely, there was nothing there, but my friends were feeling that we were being watched. We turned around on a gravel road and went back across the bridge, trying to shake our feelings. I drove up to the church and looked at the surroundings. Thoroughly scared, we decided to leave as quickly as possible. See, this is awesome, finding this stuff from different people's experiences, because now it tells me and my friends, there was probably something really happening. But yeah, there you go. There's the kind of backstory behind it, and there's some of other people's experiences at this place. Anyway, I had read that, and it was like a couple weeks, maybe it was like a month later after we went that first time. Me, my buddy Julian, and Jimmy, and like quite a few other of us decided to get together and go again. This time there was 2 carloads of us. I think there was like 8 of us all together, so like we weren't really scared at all. This time we actually drove down to the bridge. We parked on the bridge, the car started, and then we parked back up at the church, went back, walked all the way down to the bridge, walked around. We walked up into the cemetery and walked around there. We did not step on any tombstones or anything like that. Nothing really too spooky happened that time. There was a time when we were out in the cemetery that it sounded like there was a lot of crying noises going on. I've heard coyotes out in the woods before, so I kind of think that's what that was that night. Coyotes, when there's a group of them and they're going off, it is pretty damn freaky sounding. Not the baby sound from the first time we went. That I would not say was a coyote. It sounded like a damn baby. But anywho, we just I don't know, the group of us had kind of a fun time. Nothing really too bad happened that night. We did have a friend there and she took pictures. We all got home early in the morning. She sends us all an email of one of the pictures that she had taken. She had taken these pictures on a digital camera, and like, you know, you take them and you can see them right after you take them. She did not see anything while she was taking the pictures, but when she got home and went back through them, she found this one that had the two red dots that looked like eyes out in the woods. Here it is. Tell me you're not creeped out. That was from the second time we went. And like I said she took these pictures, and while looking at them after taking them, never seen that one until she got home. It's pretty creepy. Yeah, that's my story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. One of my lights is starting to go out, so I'm going to hurry up and get this over with. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. From me to Luna to you, bye.